What is up, guys? What's good and what's cracking? It's Gates McCoy Gaming, aka your late night ninja, aka the #1 retro beast. No, I'm just kidding on the last one. Good to have you. Thanks for tuning in again. It's been a few days since I posted a video. Next up, we got Inside for the PlayStation 4. This will fall under my hot demos category in my playlist. I'll put a link in the description for my playlist for this. This is a demo I picked up a few weeks back. I have not had a chance to do gameplay on it. I have played this, so it will make this gameplay a little bit easier for me to go through on this hot demo and explain how the puzzles and the traversing through this particular demo works. Don't forget to mash that subscribe button. I always love it when you do. Jump in the comments. I always love hearing back from you guys. And crack that like button. Any kind of other info you'll be able to find in the description or whereabouts therefore. And I'm Gates McCoy. Let's get into it. Pretty much this demo here, which I'm not exactly sure if this is how the game starts or if this is the first level of the game. If you guys don't know now, you're gonna know that some demos are different from the actual game, that some of the demos are kind of their own game to display or show off the game, and then some demos actually do take a certain part of the game or the first level and let you play it. In this case, we're starting off here in the woods, and we will slowly traverse out of the woods into stay tuned to the end and we'll find out what happens. Right now, sorry about that, I gotta itch my eye. Right now we're gonna just kind of go, and I'll explain it as I move along, so that way you don't really gotta guess what I'm doing or what exactly it is that I'm looking at. This game is made by the same people that made Limbo. If you guys are not familiar with that, you can more or less go to YouTube and just type in Limbo for the PlayStation 4, and you'd be able to see that as well. The people that make this really do make awesome original content. It's an adventure that they take you on. It's a new way to do side-scrolling. So now we see this truck. The kid's kind of wondering, I'm sure you guys kind of wondering what the hell that is or why that truck's in the woods. But we'll explain it as he's sneaking. Obviously the kid's cautious. He's not sure himself. He's probably even wondering himself what the hell's going on. But obviously there's a point to everything. They really did do a good job designing this. Even if you look at, the background there as you're moving, and even the foreground here, the kind of 3D effect that it gives you. So more or less, the kid isn't really trying to escape more than he's trying to hide. These grown men that you're going to see from time to time, or just these grown-ups and these adults, are trying to kidnap these kids and trying to kidnap you as well. The demo doesn't necessarily go far enough to explain what they want with you. You'll see by the end of the demo. It will explain a lot by the time I get to the end of this demo, but you'll see by the end of it where it cuts why it was important to keep going. Now, as we see, that's that truck back there that left the woods. Kind of like a checkpoint, some dudes with a dog. Kid's exceptionally paranoid. What he's doing in the woods to begin with by himself is beyond me, and where all these kids' parents are at. But this is kind of a puzzle-solving game sometimes, or for the most part, new school side-scrolling puzzle solving. And it's not over the top hard or boggle your mind. It's just makes you think a little bit. Objects to get up the ledges and so forth, which I do find fun. I generally enjoy having to use my brain or think a little bit to actually get the task done. This part's actually pretty cool. They spot the boy in the river and they send the dog in, and it's very easy to mess this part up. But you just want to haul ass and just mash that jump button. Yeah, scary as hell. I actually messed that up a few times. Yeah, they did a really good job on this. And this kid here, he's just going to keep going. Like I said, I actually went through this and played this with my little girl. My little 4-year-old, 5-year-old little girl loves this game. I mean, as little as she is, I think she loves any video game. But I think it's just something about the mystery of this one that kind of gets her attention. And believe it or not, for a 4-year-old, she could play all the way through this demo and do all the puzzles all by herself. That just shows you how smart kids are these days. But anyways, so you're going to be walking along. Pretty much enjoying the scenery as I did too. And every time you encounter these bad guys, it's always a puzzle. Now mind you, when I did that part, I could not figure out what to do. I just kept running. And if they catch you, they shoot you with like a tranquilizing dart, which stops you. And it kind of just dawned on me when I jump off that ledge to run back underneath it. Oh, well, that's about as far as you can go. I thought maybe I can go all the way through. But yeah, it just kind of dawned on me to do that. But that's kind of, I would say, the lure of this game is just that simple puzzle solving. Whether or not you like it or not, it really does add to the mystery of the game. The sneaking or not wanting to get caught. See, now this part's cool because they're actually going to start chasing them. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. And you want to avoid these objects, that first one. Now don't keep running because he'll stop chasing you for a second. Let the truck pass. And then get it. Because he's right back on you. And make sure you do jump these objects because if you trip, he will catch you. And just keep going. Don't be silly and get yourself shot. Just get the hell out of there. Keep running. Now they're releasing all the dogs. And just jump. Ooh. Into the beautiful world. And don't stay under the water for too long. Obviously, he is human. He does have an air threshold. And this would be another part of the puzzle. I guess if you want to look at it that way, that's kind of how I look at it. And we're just going to swim down under the water and try to not go too close to the top. They will shoot you through the water. And you just want to go enough to avoid the light. As you see, they still don't see me. They're not panning the light around looking for me. And you can kind of have some fun at this point. See where it is that you can swim. It's pretty cool. Just a really awesome game. I can't reiterate that enough how cool this game is. Here's another thing too. You start to notice at this point that there's dead pigs. There's like, I think like 3 of them here, 1 back there, 2 right here. You're probably thinking to yourself, geez, what the hell's going on here? But that will kind of get explained, sort of. I'll kind of point out the part that I'm talking about. Now, for me, ladies and gentlemen, this may not be your favorite part if you do get this demo or you decide to play this demo, but this is my favorite part of this demo. Walking through this cornfield. I just think that this has got to be the coolest thing ever. Just the way that they layered the corn stalks and the way that you see him traversing through here is just, to me, it's, I don't know, got that magical, eerie, spooky, Disney feeling to it almost, if you will. It's just a really cool part to me in my mind. I do like to draw, so from like an artist standpoint, I just think it's the coolest thing ever. Now once you get out of this cornfield, you'll notice these little yellow things. They're not lights. I thought they were lights at first. But these are actually baby chickens. And as we start moving from here, the baby chickens will start following it. I'll show you their purpose. The purpose of these chickens was actually quite the pain in the ass for me, trying to figure out what I needed to do for that certain task or part when I got there, which is coming up here in this barn. But I'll make it easy on you guys and take the guessing out of it. So right now we got all the chickens. You're going to kind of get here. You're not going to be able to go in. It's going to be obvious that you should jump here and grab the rope. We're going to leave the chickens outside. We're going to go left, right on the joystick. Get them swinging a little bit. Pretty simple. You don't have to worry about fall damage or anything like that. Just jump on down. Now what you're going to want to do, you can open that door first, which I'll show you, or you can come over here. I'm going to start my machine first. It's going to take about 2 to 3 pulls. There you go. Now most of you guys are going to run in here, you're going to run down here, you're going to run around. You might find this machine if you're smart enough. But just come down in here, grab that. Avoid the switch. You're going to need that switch here in a minute. We're going to lift this board off the door, hit the square button, press up, open the door, let your little baby chickens in. Make sure, okay, we're just double checking, make sure I'm not crazy, and you're going to run all the way down. You're going to run past the switch. You're going to run past the machine you just used to start that. And you're going to come to the wall. And you're going to let all these chickens catch up to you. You'll see the need for this. It's more or less you need the time. As you see, when you start to run from the chickens, it takes them a moment to catch up, and there's always one straggler. Don't think for a minute that there isn't. There's always one straggler. And when he gets there, you're just going to haul ass. You're going to run all the way back to that switch or lever. And it's going to activate that thing right there in the middle, which is a vacuum. You're going to fly on up, hit the box, or the bale of hay, whichever it is. We're going to run down here. And it's pretty obvious. We're going to push this over here to the wall and continue our journey. Pretty cool. Believe it or not, this was probably the first part of the puzzle when I did play this demo that did give me trouble. It's probably like the first part that just made you think a little bit, I guess, more than the others. Overall, awesome. Even the building work and background design is just amazing. Limbo was a good game too. I'll put a link in the description there for you guys to go check out Limbo, and I'll put a link in there for the Hot Demos playlist too, just to kind of save you the trouble. And what you want to do there, what you just seen me do, shall I say, is you got to take the leap of faith. Don't jump too early. The chances of you overshooting it and landing over here, it's not going to happen. But what you want to do is jump at the end and make sure that you hit this pile here. And then just take the wagon with you right over here to the fence. Remember, you're progressively moving from left to right, so the object of the game is to, you know, figure out how to keep going from left to right. So now you know. And yeah, this demo was enough for me to go and want to buy this game. So what I'll probably do here in the next week or two is buy, I think for $30 I can get this game here inside and Limbo for like 30 bucks each. For 30 bucks for the both, shall I say. So I think I'll do that here in the next coming weeks. We'll see. If I do, I'll let you know. You'll see gameplay on it where I'll progressively go through the whole game. Now, when I said earlier that you would kind of start to see pigs, which we have, we're starting to see some more here. If you look on this pig right directly in front of me, it looks like his tail is wagging. You can kind of see that. That's not a tail, it's more like a parasite, which is killing the pigs or driving them insane. In my mind, that's what's happening. This would be the next puzzle. You gotta jump over the pig. If you let the pig hit you or you take too much damage, you will just reset from the last checkpoint. Obviously, I've done this before. You want to let the pig run through there. And we're just going to kind of keep doing what we were just doing. We're going to take them all the way down. Don't be afraid to jump early, that's fine. You want him to knock himself out. And just like how you move your objects with the square button to move them and get over the ledges, you're going to grab this parasite. I'm going to yank it off of them. Then you kind of see it squirming around there. That's pretty much what's driving those pigs crazy for the most part, from what I could tell. And we're going to slide this pig on back. We're just going to, right underneath this lantern, I guess you will. That's what you people will probably call it, but that's not a lantern. It's actually a mind controlling device. This would be the next part of the puzzle. If you look in the background, there's a couple guys. You can see when I move the boy, he kind of moves, and then the guys in the background move. So we're going to move the guy that was on the top that you just seen fall down. We're going to walk the two dudes here on the right to the gate. Hold the square button, press up. Now while you're holding the square button and pressing up, you can just press to the right, bring the other two over, and then press up. And then they lift the gate. Now you have control of all four. Now you're not going to push, you're actually going to pull this out. And once it falls, it drops a ramp here to the right, allowing you to progress further into the board. And that's pretty much it for the four guys that you're controlling. Even though it is fun to watch me walk with that thing attached to my head and the guys in the background. It's pretty funny. And then you just simply hit the jump button, or press down in the jump button, shall I say. And continue your journey. Overall, that was probably one of the hardest puzzles I had to figure out, I guess, in this demo. As you guys can see, it's a little bit more tedious running from the pig, coming in, controlling the guys, making the ramp fall. Kind of makes you use your brain a little bit, but I enjoy that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to come on over here. Remember, no fall damage. And this demo will be wrapping up soon. If I didn't play this demo and I had to make more mistakes, this would have been a longer demo, but since it's a pretty clean walkthrough and how-to guide to get through it, it made for a good video. Overall, thanks for subscribing and tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed and tuned in very often, or even got in the comment section or cracked any likes, be sure to do that. It's always appreciated and loved. I wouldn't want to tell anybody what to do. It's really up to you. It's your choice, but I always love it when you do. I'm your late night ninja, Gates McCoy. As you see in the background, there's a line of kids over there to the right going into this building, and that's pretty much, as the story progresses, it starts to get a little bit more detailed as into what's going on, shall I say. But overall, I'm your late night ninja. That's pretty much it, and I'll show you what happens when you get to this point. They want you to let it end here or continue the adventure. Continuing the adventure is you actually they want you to go buy the game, which I will do. Overall, I'm Gates McCoy. This is Inside for the PlayStation 4. Beautiful game. Any other kind of descriptive information that you may need, it will be in the description. And yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in. Gates McCoy out. Later, people.